What's going on, guys? This is Eric for Typical Outdoors. Today we're going to talk about some of y'all favorite subject. Some of y'all don't like it, some of y'all will, but we're talking about swim baits. I'm going to go over what I'm going to be using for 2022. Some of my favorite baits, why I like to use them, and what kind of action they have, so you have a better understanding why I'm using these particular baits in the videos coming this year. Hopefully, guys, we can get out there and catch a giant on swim baits, hopefully multiple giants. So let's hop straight into this video, guys. If you like it, give it a like. If you want to subscribe, do so. But let's get into it. First bait, guys, is going to be the shad. Like I said, this is my confidence bait. I can take it anywhere, and I got confidence when I'm throwing. I'm going to get big, guys. I can throw this particular bait in tight quarters and make it have really precise, small cutting glides. This bait doesn't have a huge sweeping glide. This is the KGB shad. Catches them everywhere. Small fish, big fish, all kinds of fish. This is the confidence bait. Also, one thing about this one is if you're fishing fast current, this may not be the particular bait for you. It does better in moderate current and also like ponds, lakes, reservoirs. But in super fast moving rivers, sometimes it tends to blow out. That is the KGB shad. As you can see, guys, I fish it a lot. You see the grooves on the bait from the hook. Got him, big one, big one.
Yeah, you got it.
Ooh, got him, tank. On the KGB shad. Look, he ate it, Ted.
Awesome.
It's inside of his mouth.
I gotta get my little fish off. Here. Look.
Dude, that's a tank. Holy cow. Ooh. Fish it, guys. Good bait. Catches fish. If you can find it, it's always sold out. Grab one. The next bait, guys. This one's a little bit bigger. This is a Limit Lures 8-inch shad bait. Also, guys, this color profile resembles a shiner. I fish a lot of dark water. I fish in Florida sometimes. I wanted a bait to have those shiner colors. This bait has a really great smooth glide. Has a much wider glide than the shad. Really cool bait. Decent price point. I highly recommend it. That is the Limit Lures 8-inch shad. All right, guys. One of the most hyped baits on the market. For me, guys, I am struggling with this bait. I have not learned it yet. Like, I got to put some time in it. It is a whole lot different from most swim baits. Here, guys, we have a slot where you can put a lip. You can fish it with the lip. You can fish it without the lip. Your tail, I'm going to flip it over. You can change it out. It has a lot of different options you can buy. Here's an example. This is the transfer tail. You can buy to put in there to make this bait perform differently in the water. This is the DRT TK. It's the Tiny Clash. Super cool bait. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give it about 1 more month. If I don't like it, I'm gonna sell it. So this is the DRT Tiny Clash. Shouts out to Rip and Lip Doe and Florida Bass Assassin for recommending this bait. I went back and forth between the K9 and this bait, but we're gonna give it a shot. Next bait, guys, this is a much larger size bait. This is the Fish Everything Taxi Trout, guys. I wanted a trout style bait. I fish in North Georgia sometimes. Some of those lakes and rivers have trout, and I wanted a bait that looks like a trout. So much bigger profile bait, 10 inches to be exact. I think it's between 4 and 5 ounces. This one has been pretty beat. I bought it for somebody else, guys, but I know what kind of fish it catches, and I know the reputation that it has. I may get it repainted. I may not. If you have some recommendations for painters, put them down below. But this is the Fish Everything Taxi Trout. Super cool bait. Really wide glide, guys. So hopefully, guys, I can catch a striper on this particular bait this year. Or giant bass. Next two bait, guys, are going to be baits that all my Southern guys know about. That is bluegill style baits. This one is not bluegill, but it is beautiful. New to me, not to some people, but ever since I seen this particular bait, I wanted one. I like Mr. Bullshad baits a whole lot, and this one was a pretty cool one that was painted by BB Lures. It is a crappie color. I brought this particular color because those big bass sometimes eat on those crappies when they move up shallow. and I wanted a bait that looks like a crappie. So this one should get crushed, guys. And the paint job is crazy. You can see the pearl and it flips. So that is the Bull Glide. Super, super cool bait. Cannot wait to learn this particular bait. Next bait, guys. This is the Johan bait. I think that's how it's pronounced, guys. I'm not 100% sure. Highly underrated bait maker, guys. Look at the paint on this particular bait. Now, I bought this bait primarily just for one river and to fish rivers in general. But this one river has these yellow sunfish, and I wanted a bait that matched that color exactly. So I sent him a picture, and he painted this bait exactly to look like those fish. This bait has a killer glide. Doesn't get wide, guys, but you can fish it super fast and it doesn't blow out. And what I mean is when you're reeling it in and you start reeling it fast, it won't go on the side. It'll stay perfectly straight as you reel it fast. That's the Johan Bluegill Glide bait. All right, guys, these next group of baits are going to be swim baits that have a lip. This is Old Faithful. This is the 4x4 by Bull Shad. You can throw this thing up in limbs and it will come through. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't throw your damn bait in the tree 10 feet off the bank. It ain't coming through that. But if you ever lay down in the water, this bill will come through and it will hit that and kick the back of the bait up and you can swim it through. I have had re-icing strikes where I actually hit off of trees and lay downs in the river. Killer bait, guys. If I'm going to recommend one bait for your tackle box that you can always normally buy, it is the 4x4 Bull Shad. It is a must, guys.
And he hit it. That's a little, it was a spot, I think. No, about a 1.5 pounder.
Oh, shit.
Got him.
Got him. Nice, dude. Nice. Little 1 pounder?
Yeah.
Hey.
No, it's bigger. It's one, yeah.
Killer bait, guys. And as we all know, giant fish love to hang around laydowns in trees in the water. The next bait, guys, is a crank down for limit lures. Same bluegill profile. Bluegill is one of the dominant bait fish down here, guys. All the ponds, reservoirs, lakes, rivers have them. This bait gets down to around 4 or 5 feet. I fish it normally with 20-pound test fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is a sinking line, so hopefully it makes this bait go a little bit deeper in the water column. But killer bait, guys, got bit my first day out with this particular bait. Can't wait to fish it, guys, in the upcoming months leading up to those spawning bass when they move up. So that is, again, the Limit Lures crank down.
Leading up too. Got him. There he is. On the Limit Lures, man. We talked about catching a fish over here, guys. Right. Oh, he's not moving. There he is. Right here. Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
All right, the next group is going to be everybody's favorite group, and that is Topwater baits. We're getting to the end, guys, so hold on, man. Hold on. So, this right here is a bad boy. Had a lot of epic blow-ups. This thing got chewed, destroyed last year, guys. I lost probably a bass between 7, 8, 9 pounds. I lost a 6-pounder on it and multiple other big bass. This year, I'm going to get a giant on this bait. This is a 3-piece PB rat. Hopefully a PB, as the name calls it. But it's a resin bait. And cool thing about it is the pattern is actually made in here. So even when the hook ratchets up the bait, you still have a pattern underneath it. Cool bait, guys. You have to fish it a little bit slower to get that wake on top of the water, but it also walks. It's expensive, guys. Super expensive bait, but it really catches them. So I can't wait for that summer rat bait and just Topwater baits in general. PB, 3-piece rat. Next, guys, a new bait I'm gonna test out. This one's also from Limit Lures. So I have a 3-piece rat. I wanted a 2-piece rat. So this one has a different sound to it. There you go. Can't wait to really test it out and put it to work. I wanted to have that option with the 3-piece that has like an S-like swim. This one doesn't have as much of an S-like swim. Has a really big bottom, so it should create a lot of commotion in the water. Gotta love the pink tail. So that's the Limit Lures 2-piece rat. There you go. Well, guys, that wraps up pretty much all of the hard baits I'm going to be using in 2022. So hopefully in the videos to come, you know why I'm throwing these particular baits and why I chose them. Down below, if you have any more suggestions, feel free to put them down below and I'll check them out. I only have one more bait that I may buy. That's a hard bait swim bait. And that's going to be my buddy Lunker 24/7 bait. He makes some really dope wooden baits. Don't have any wooden baits, so it'd be good to add to the collection. Well, guys, that is a wrap. Thank you for watching these 9 minutes of me rambling and talking about swim baits. I hope that gave you some insight on why I'm throwing them. And we'll see you guys on a video soon. And please, make sure to subscribe, guys. Hopefully we catch a ton of giant bass this year. I'm hoping to catch 5 bass for 40 pounds at least this year. I'm going in on them. We'll see you guys on a video soon.